All right, so just a few key things. We really want the students to put the mast up in twos and rig the boats in twos, because it's going to be a lot safer. You can rig a boat with one person, but with inexperienced people, there's a higher potential for being injured with this mast. So one thing is, if you want to come over, is there's a mast step down there. You want to make sure that as you bring the mast in, that you're angling for that and you drop into it. And you don't want to lift it from the center of the boat. So we're going to come back. So what we don't want to do is have it over here and try to lift. You want to point at me. Try and lift from the center, because now you've got this. You want to bring it over to the side and have one person at the front and another person. And you want to make sure it's slipping into that mast step and that it goes under this collar here. The direction doesn't matter. You can spin it later, but you want to make sure that it ends up in this collar, not above or below. And then once it's in, you make sure you get this locked. Our secondary and then our tertiary, which is the bungee, just to make sure. And the other key thing is, oh yeah, so there's a button on the side here, and it doesn't always snap. So just give the mast a little wiggle and push the button a little. It should snap. There it goes. So you want to make sure that snaps up. So that's a safety thing. And then just another thing, you always, again, bow down. Don't have the bow up on the block. When you're rigging these, it's going to make it a lot harder. And then when de-rigging, it's really important, just pull this pin. You want to push down and then start the block, but don't take it all the way off, because then you want to make sure that this isn't going to fall out. So once you have it partially open, you can hold it and then open it the rest of the way. So that's an important safety feature. And the other thing is, when taking a mast down, the most likely injury is going to occur when the bottom of the mast pops up. So we're going to do a little lift, get it started, and you're going to bring it back. And if you're doing it at an angle towards the side of the boat, and if you were doing it alone, it'd be very easy for this to pop up and hit the mast collar here and do some damage. So that's why we want two people taking it down in the sailing school. And if you're taking it down by yourself, just make sure you have control of it. All right, so our recommendation is that you rig the boat at this location where it is currently. We've tried some other things, and what we found is it's a lot more complicated if you rig the boat on the beach, because you're going to have to move the boat. You need to get chocks on it. It's on a hill. Which way is it leaning? Bow down, stern down, and that could affect putting up the mast. So the easiest thing is going to be just to rig them here and then move them down. So a couple things. Always look up. There might be some trees in the way, so you just want to make sure the students aren't running into tree branches. And the other thing is, we're going to keep the sail furled on the mast when we're moving it. So you'll rig it entirely. You'll put the boom on, then you'll take it down and launch it, and we'll show that in a minute.